I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning.
Great. Okay, I'll make a motion that the Board of Commissioners approves the April 3rd, 2025 regular meeting minutes.
A second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Okay, in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 121.22G3, the Board of Commissioners moves into executive session to conference with an attorney for the public body concerning disputes involving the public body that are subject of pending or imminent court action. You have a second?
Oh, a second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
We used to do executive sessions all the
Alright.
time at the hospital.
I'll make
Go
a
ahead.
motion to come out of executive session.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes, thank you for coming in, sir.
Thank you.
Good luck on your today's adventures.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Is there any action?
No action.
Do we have the sheriff's department up there yet? Someone. Here, oh, it's Mr. Harrison.
Why did we just get this today? Well, we are early, so.
Would you like me to go get Jackie?
Well, we'll go to miscellaneous.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what's down
Morning.
Good morning.
there? All right. Go to miscellaneous. I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge the letter indicating the county's initial mandated share for jobs and family services for state fiscal year 2026 and as required by the section 5101.16 of the Ohio Revised Code.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners approve the March 2025 adjustments to the Portage County Water, Portage County Sewer, and Streetsboro Sewer billing accounts as reported on the adjustments report submitted and reviewed by the Department of Water Resources.
I second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the kennel disposition report and intake report for March 24th, 2025 through March 30th, 2025, as presented by the Chief Dog Warden, David McIntyre.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledge receipt of the April 7th, 2025 certificate of the county auditor for the total appropriations from each fund does exceed the official estimate of resources as presented by the Portage County Auditor's Office.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
All right, I'll make a motion, the Commissioners receive the April 1st, 2025 official certificate of county auditor that the total appropriations from each fund do exceed the official estimates of resources for the year beginning January 1st, 2025 for the Portage County Juvenile Detention Center as submitted by the Portage County Budget Commission.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to amend Resolution 24-0058 dated January 16th, 2024, establish the Portage County Board of Commissioners agenda procedure for all the regular meetings of the Portage County Board of Commissioners.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners authorizes the issuance of a county procurement card to be held in the names of Portage County Dog Warden's Office and also be issued in the name of the Chief Dog Warden, David McIntyre, to be used for work-related expenses in accordance with Section 301.29 of the Ohio Revised Code and the Portage County Procurement Card Policy for Department Number 045.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. I'd like to comment on our third resolution. I would request that we read the resolution in its entirety instead of the way we do it. And I have several comments with that due to the amount that is being requested.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay with that? You okay with that? I should have got it out for you, but I didn't.
That's okay.
I have it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah,
Okay.
right there.
All right. Okay, resolution. Application to the Portage County Common Pleas Court for appointment of outside legal counsel on behalf of Portage County Domestic Relations Judge Paula Gilletto. Whereas pursuant to section 309.09 of the Ohio Revised Code of the County Prosecutor is the legal advisor for the Portage County Board of Commissioners and all county offices and boards. And whereas there presently is an issue concerning facilities for the Domestic Relations Court and in situation where statutory clients have adverse or opposing positions concerning a pending matter. The process provided in section 305.14 of the Ohio Revised Code may be invoked concerning a joint application to the Common Pleas Court, whereby the Common Pleas Court may authorize the employment of outside legal counsel to assist a county officer. And whereas, in a letter dated April 7th, 2025, the Domestic Relations Court judge requested Gerhard A. Gonsnell II and Arnold and Clifford LLP, Columbus, Ohio, to be authorized to be appointed to provide legal representation to assist the Domestic Relations Court judge in the above referenced matter. And whereas pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 309.09 and 305.14, the Court of Common Pleas, upon application of the prosecuting attorney and the Board of County Commissioners, may authorize the employment of legal counsel to assist a county officer in a matter of public business and in defense or prosecution of any action or proceeding in which such officer is a party or has an interest in its official capacity. Whereas the board determines to authorize such an application to be made to the Court of Common Pleas, now therefore it be the resolve, the Board of County Commissioners authorizes the application of the Portage County Common Pleas Court to authorize the appointment, employment, outside legal counsel, specifically Attorney Gephardt A. Gonsnell II and Arnold A. Clifford LLP to assist Domestic Relations Judge Paula Giletto in the official capacity of the Judge of Domestic Relations Division of the Portage County Court of Common Pleas with respect to said dispute over facilities, and be it further resolved that compensation for the internal term of this agreement shall be $120,000, and resolved that funding this agreement will come from the General Fund 0001, and be it further resolved that the Board of Commissioners finds that and determines that all formal actions of this board concerning and relating to the adoption of this resolution were taken in an open meeting of this board, and that all deliberations of this board that resulted in those formal actions were in meetings open to the public in compliance with the law, including section 121.00 of the revised code.
I'm sorry, I had to do that.
Oh, that's okay.
I have some comments that I would like to make before we vote on this resolution. This has been at the operation of and research of the commissioners for many years, prior to myself or Jill coming on board. And when we were made aware of, and the scenario, if you didn't catch it through the reading, Judge Giletto is in charge of our domestic relations court, and she wants a new building. What we have done, all of us have researched. We brought up several ideas for the judge, and a couple of the locations. She wouldn't even walk through the foyer, and made a comment that this will work for someone else, but not for me. We have to be fiscally responsible to the residents of our county. Commissioner Bennett has done that for many, many years. Ms. Crawford here, as being an accountant, she is really looking at our money and our numbers. And the way our country is today, attempting to build a 30,000
30 million. Oh, what's 30,000 square feet?
Square foot
but it's
building
what?
solely for the domestic relations court is absurd to me. And to keep on our transparency was one of the reasons that I asked Commissioner Bennett to read the entire resolution. They are open to the public and available for you to see, but some people just don't get a chance to do that. So those that are listening have an opportunity to hear or go back and listen again as to what the requests are from domestic relations. We have done our due diligence to attempt Good morning, Mr. Auditor.
Morning, morning.
We have done our due diligence to attempt to find a location, and nothing seems to work for the judge,
Except for a new building.
except for a new building. And I just have to say, where we are and with our taxes, property taxes, et cetera, I don't think it's fair to our residents. We are still, as of Monday, still attempting to find a location that will work. And I quite frankly don't think anything will work other than us putting up new brick and mortar. And if we do something like that, in my opinion, and I speak for just me when I'm up here, it's gonna be a new administration building, and
It
whoever
serves
wants,
multiple.
whoever wants space, it's here. But we're doing everything we can, and by doing this, we are taking away from
Our general fund.
other contingencies that we have been setting up for years. We can't get something to happen today, then we have to wait till next year and put them on our contingency. And between my cohorts here, along with our county administrator, our internal services, and our budget people, there are days that I just don't get it. I don't know where the money's gonna come from, and I'm not sure who's needs taken care of first. But I felt this was something I had to say. I appreciate the judge. We have done some remodeling up there, attempted to make some space, but we have what we have, and we are trying. And because I don't report back every day, might look like we're not. And that's far from the truth. So I wanted the residents and all our constituents to know that we'll do our very best to make something happen, but I am not in favor of a new building. So, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, I would just concur with basically everything you said.
Agreed.
Okay, all right, let's vote on the issue.
Okay. All right. The Board of Commissioners approves the application to the Portage County Common Pleas Court for the appointment of outside legal counsel on behalf of Portage County Domestic Relations Court Judge Gilletto.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Sabrina?
I'm thinking long and hard on this. I mean, this is really a slap in our face, but
Then we have to look at the ramifications as well, when she is protected under the one section from the Ohio Revised Code.
Yeah.
She has totally circumvented using our attorneys to try to work something out, but, yeah, I just wanted to add that.
Yeah.
I know where you're at, but
can you skip me for a second? I'm having a struggle bus on this one.
Jill?
Yes.
If I can just give a comment.
sure.
I can tell you that our prosecutor's office is conflicted out. They cannot represent the judge nor the commissioners. And under Ohio Revised Code, the county general
entitled to it,
fund
yeah.
is
Yep.
required to give her that money. So
Yep.
Yeah, and
But-
so we'll give her money to sue us.
that doesn't mean you have
Okay.
to do it today.
I will vote,
Okay, sir.
yes.
Yes, begrudgingly, yes.
Thank you.
Thanks. Welcome.
All right,
Okay.
who are we gonna go with?
Well, is the sheriff's department here? Cause they're next at 9:30. If not, we got Auditor Kelly here.
Oh, Mr. Kelly, step up.
Absolutely. Actually, Kate, we're not on until 9:45, so Kate may walk in here
Okay.
in a second. But
You want us to wait? We can take a recess.
maybe
have
5
Shannon
minutes, and I'll
go.
shoot her a
Yeah.
text.
Let's have Shannon go, she's here.
Okay, you got-
I can
you
go.
submit.
All right.
Is that all right?
That's fine. Fine.
Mix it up.
Bring it on in, Shannon.
Bring it on in. I like that.
Morning, Kate.
Good morning, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good,
Good.
hi. Oh, I was gonna just give you one.
Just give me one.
You don't get one.
That's all right. I know what you're doing. I got you. We know you're working.
Trying. I don't know what that little blurb is on me, but. All right, we got project updates. Auditor's office, the painting continues, casework, and the ceiling grids, and they're moving along very nicely down there. It looks so bright when we go
It
down there.
is,
I
and
love
I'll
it.
tell you,
Yeah,
I can't
looks-
believe how fast they're moving.
They're so fast. I know, they're doing awesome. I do. They're
No,
doing
I
good.
apologize,
Yeah.
because it was a delay of getting it started, but once we got started,
They're
holy
moving.
mackerel.
Yeah, they're doing
It's
great.
like the gate open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And then the 7th floor, the drywall will be complete today for the kitchen, and then the casework will start on the 11th. So that'll be exciting. You guys will start moving faster too. If you go to the next page, the generator, the transfer date is scheduled for the 25th. I just got a phone call on the way up here. They're gonna actually try to shoot for the 22nd now, so they're trying to get it sooner. So we'll do that at 6 o'clock in the morning, kinda like we did with the elevators and all that
I'm
stuff.
excited. I think we need a ribbon cutting for the.
For the generator?
Generator.
It took over a year to get it.
Please.
Yeah, maybe, we should.
Please.
Watch it not work.
Yeah.
Don't say that, don't say that.
Sabrina.
Okay, you heard that. Mark that down.
Just saying.
Oh my gosh, please don't say that.
Highlight that
Lightning
area.
will strike it or something.
At the building department, they are framing and drywalling. It's been complete already. I went down there, it was done in 2 days. Next will be the caseworking, painting, and carpeting, and they hope to be out of there within the next 2 weeks. If you move on to page 4, the Justice Center, the carpeting, the administration area has been complete. They went to go do the sheriff and the admin area, and they asked for a little bit more time for those areas because they're not ready. I think they had to package up some of the breakables and stuff like that to move the furniture.
Oh,
So they, the staff said it'll be ready on 4/11, so.
And how long did it take them to drop that carpet in the admin area?
I think 2 days. It wasn't that bad, so I didn't think it was that horrible. So they were ready to move, but then we got.
How's it look,
hold up, so.
Captain? Is it good?
Looks great. They actually had pretty much everything done the first day. It was the quickest thing I was
Those guys,
shocked.
those boys work fast.
Oh my gosh. And then really the only reason they had to come back the second day is because they just didn't bring enough trim. So it was
Is
really
it,
a wonderful
The coat
job.
base.
Is it
Yeah.
better than it was?
Oh.
Shannon,
much.
are they putting the carpet like we're doing the
Squares, yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
That's what I think, because it was a little bit different than what we had, so, but yeah, they're the squares, yep.
Okay.
If you go to page 5, the AC unit is installed at the courthouse and it's running.
What?
Awesome.
I know, so
What?
exciting. So, yep, the big crane was there.
It'll be one of the coldest summers we've ever experienced.
Okay, it'll
Snow in the
energy
forecast.
bills.
We still
Now
have-
that it's up.
We still have to have the other ones installed, but those are running right now,
Good.
so knock on wood. And that's all I have, and I just have resolutions.
Nice job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you have any comments, Shannon, on your resolutions?
I do not, unless the board has
Okay.
questions for me.
All right. All right, the Board of Commissioners authorizes the leasings of suite C, D, and E of the county-owned building located at 100 East Main Street, Ravenna, Ohio, to the Portage County Guardianship Service Board at no cost, and further approving the generation and execution of memorandum of understanding with the Portage County Guardianship Service Board concerning such use of suite C, D, and E located at 100 East Main Street, Ravenna.
Second?
Call of the roll, please.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners approves the specifications and set the bid date for the shift reconfigure taxiway B and taxiway connectors A2, B1, and B2 for the Portage County Airport.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Okay, the Portage County Board of Commissioners approves the specifications and sets the bid date for the apron rehabilitation for the Portage County Regional Airport.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners agrees to accept the maintenance guarantee for street, storm sewer, drainage improvements, erosion, and sediment control for the Wingfoot Estates subdivision in Suffield Township and release a performance guarantee.
I second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into a roadway haul road use and maintenance agreement with Quail Hill Forest Ridge Development Company Limited for a multiple phase subdivision in Ravenna Township, Portage County.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
The Portage County Board of Commissioners agrees to amend Resolution Number 25-0086 for an agreement for a certified peer recovery supporter program with Portage County Jobs and Family Services and Coleman Professional Services, Inc.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
I make a motion the Board of Commissioners approves the general sewer and water agreement for sanitary sewer and water improvements to Broomfield Common Sewer and Water Extensions, Portage County Water Resource Department, project number BR-225-030-B.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners accepts the bids and awards contract for project number PC 23-100, Portage County Water Resources Building Improvements in the Portage County Regional Sewer District and Streetsboro Sanitary District number 4.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill? Yes. Mike?
The
Yes.
Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into an agreement for professional consultant services with Youngstown State University for applied GIS.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill? Yes. Mike?
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
Major Dave, or Major, I already promoted you. Captain James, you're up.
Thank you. Never done this before, so I'm not.
That's all right.
Have a seat.
Just sit down and mind your business.
All right, will do.
What's happening?
Oh, same old, same old. The reason that I'm here is something that we've always done, and we've done it forever, and it's regarding the school resource officer agreement that we have with Ridgetown Southeast and Waterloo School District. We supply them a deputy that that they have in the school all day long for the whole period. So we have a deputy assigned to Ridgetown, a deputy assigned to Southeast, and a deputy assigned to Waterloo for the school districts. And then we have another deputy that is a DARE officer, okay? So she travels to each of those schools throughout the week and presents the DARE program to them. We've always done this. We've always provided the security, they've always provided the funds, and we've always had a contract. Unfortunately, recently when I was promoted to captain, I was told that we need to redo we were behind on the contract with the school due to being behind on our contract with the union. So we couldn't advance the contract with them without knowing the new rates and things like
Sure.
that. So once we did that, we obviously needed the new contract. So I started looking at the contract that we've just always had. I noticed different, maybe like spelling errors, grammar issues, and I'm kind of a stickler for that kind of thing. So I say, you know what, I'm going to take it and I'm going to I'm going to retype the entire thing, word for word, but just fixing a few things. I got to a part in here that says, whereas the Portage County Board of Commissioners by resolution number, and then it's blank, attached to here as Exhibit A, has accepted this agreement, and then it moves forward. So me having my questions of, what is that? And I got with Ron, our finance guy, and then he called up here, and the word that we got was that we never actually had that resolution number in our previous administration.
Never went through?
Never. I don't think it was ever presented. We just provided them the security, they provided us the funds, and yeah, we've always done. Of course, the most important is our children of our youth of this county, and we're gonna protect them regardless, but, so I said, we should probably do this the right way and get it handled, so that's why I'm here.
And we should also be signers on it.
Yes,
Any
yeah.
binding contracts.
Yep, and that's what I learned from that we didn't do before, so
Okay.
Yeah,
we
this
want to,
is-
obviously with this administration, trying to, if we find things as we go, we want to do it the right way.
Yeah, this is the
So-
first that I've seen it. I don't know if you've seen it prior, but
Okay, well, that just sounds like, we're cleaning up some stuff and we'll get it corrected and
Yeah, they've
then
always made the
You'll
funds,
get
and
a,
they've
do
always
we have the resolution?
provided the
was there
security.
any
and stuff.
Oh,
issues
you
with
have to bring
it
it
this
back.
year?
No, there's never been any issues that
Okay.
I'm aware of, and the superintendents have already reviewed it, and all three superintendents have already signed and agreed
Okay.
with you guys have a copy of the.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have a copy.
yeah.
I think second to the page right before the signatures should
Yep.
have the breakdown of
Yep.
the spend, what they spend. It's divided, it's prorated for the school year only, and then divide it up amongst the three, and then they provide
Okay.
their third of the.
So you'll get with Shannon, we'll get a resolution, get
Yeah,
on the
we'll
agenda.
get it pumped out for you.
And
Okay.
then get the signature pages.
I think we're all good with it.
Yeah, my only
So-
question is, do you know offhand, and, you know, you can get back to me, but, is the amount that they're reimbursing us, does that cover the whole 4 deputy salaries, or is there a portion that we as, you know, county kind of fund that portion?
I'm not sure if we're covering a part of the deputy that's working there. I can find out the exact amount
Jackie's here,
because
do you know?
I had the contract and I think it quotes a standard amount times 4.
From
So,
quarterly
I
payments?
think it depends on the individual, you know, it
Yeah.
could vary if we're covering part of it or,
Right,
but I think it's an average cost of the.
Okay,
okay,
thank you.
I can get that
okay,
for
yeah,
sure.
that's fine.
No problem.
Just a
I
question.
apologize. I wasn't exactly sure what questions I
No,
was gonna
that's
get,
all
so
right.
I wanted
No.
to make sure I had it squared away.
Okay,
No,
thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you guys. Thank you for your time.
Yep. Mr. Auditor?
All right.
Is there anything that I need to do now or just?
You're good, we'll reach out on the, and the next ability.
How you doing?
Good, sir.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
All right, good. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, good, okay, all right. Commissioners, thanks for having me today, putting me on the schedule, county clerk and, of course, county administrator. I appreciate the time to talk to you. 2 things I want to talk about today. First will be an engagement letter, a contract with, of course, your office that we manage down in the auditor's office. It's about a local government services, their oversight from the state auditor's office of financial dealings that we have throughout the county. So I'll talk about that, but then also Christine Untrauer has been so nice to show up after I bring up the local government services discussion. She's going to get up and talk about a wonderful project that she's involved in, and I think it's worth everybody knowing about. So,
Absolutely.
She has an event coming up.
yes.
I have it on my calendar. I saw it on Facebook. So.
Okay, so again, I appreciate the time to talk. So every year, the state auditor's office mandates that we have a financial audit throughout the county, as you all know. And typically, we budget about $30,000 a year for that. This year, we're a little bit above that. Actually, we're double that. The contract is double that. We still budgeted $30,000 because historically, we've always budgeted that. What's changed to bring that increase in the contract amount is the fact that, as you may know, we made some personnel changes down in the auditor's office in the fiscal operations area. We had one person leave, and now we have Kate Church is our fiscal operations director, who I know she's doing a fabulous job so far, and I'm very confident going forward she's going to do even better. So the fact remains, though, that Kate is very new to the position. It's a very complicated position. Again, well-equipped, very confident that Kate's going to do a good job, but we're coming from like an old era to a new era of how we're looking at things.
A lot of institutional memory gone.
That's
But
exactly right.
You know
Yeah.
what? Sometimes it's not necessarily a bad thing because we've always done it this way. You know, you can't
my
get
least
past
favorite
that.
phrase.
So
I hate that.
here, we've got Kate.
Yeah.
She'll do a bang up job.
Then I'm watching you.
So you must have been reading my notes, because that's exactly the benefit that we're talking about, is
Yeah.
that not only do we get new eyes or eyes on the process, instead of
Yes.
one person having all of that knowledge and that experience and that information to themselves, which we've had great audits in the past, but one person had all of that information unto themselves. Now we get the benefit of having more of that information out there to other people to look at, Kate, as well as the local government services auditors. And then, of course, as you mentioned, Kate's going to gain more experience and
Yes.
knowledge as we go forward with this, learning from them, learning from being on the job. And then, of course, my office is, definitely we're supporting conferences, training, anything that Kate needs to be successful in her job, we're committed to, and she knows that.
And
So,
I think I can speak for the board and our staff. We're committed to helping Kate, or a learning curve for all of us. So we're here as a team.
Thank you.
No,
Yes.
I in team.
Yeah, Right, right.
To help.
well, thank you. That's
Appreciate
good to
it.
hear.
Yeah.
And we have had wonderful support from, the county
Michelle,
administrators, Michelle's
Jackie.
office, and the clerk's office, and the budget's office. Jackie's been a great help. So it's a team atmosphere. It's definitely we're building that. Actually, we already came into the situation like that. So I'm real confident we're going to be very, very successful going forward. As it stands this year, though, the contract is for around $63,000. As I mentioned, we already budgeted $30,000 of that, $30,600.
$30,600 is the current.
$600. So the balance up to $63,750.
$33,150.
Well, 150 would be the increase in the budget this year. Now, as I mentioned, as we go forward, Kate's going to gain knowledge, with the different training, conferences, and just being on the job training. She's going to gain more knowledge as we go forward. So that amount will decrease as we go forward year after year to a point where we get to a pretty consistent amount where we had.
We'll see a rate on our
historically.
return.
Oh, you will, yeah, for sure.
And
So
that's the problem, a lot of people are retiring or switching positions or going somewhere else. And,
Yeah.
you've stayed on top of that, so that's awesome.
I appreciate that.
And we welcome Kate.
Thank you.
So that is what I'm asking for, is your consideration to increase that budget to meet that contract. It would be an increase of around $33,000 to $34,000 to cover that amount. I don't believe we have a resolution for that or anything like that. So if there's next steps that we need to do, I can get with Michelle on that. We can figure
So
that
the
out.
next step
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
today you come in and discuss it,
Mhm.
and then you work with Shannon, since there's an agreement involved, and then she will put the resolution on her agenda.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect.
And route it
We will
through.
handle that. Okay,
No worries.
all right,
And Jackie will then work on moving the money once that resolution's approved.
perfect, okay.
All right.
Okay, and since I have the floor, I will just say thank you very much for the fifth floor renovations. I'm extremely pleased with, Shannon and the contractor down there right now. It is gonna be fabulous. Of course, we're gonna have an open house and have everybody come through, but I've been there probably 2 or 3 times a week and very pleased with the work ethic of the contractor that we have, the work that they're doing in general. And there's a lot of moving parts down there
Yeah.
right now. And I think you can see the end, what the end is gonna look like. I'm sure it's gonna be better than what I could imagine, but I really appreciate the support on that. It's gonna be a very good work environment for us to do very good work in the auditor's office, so I appreciate
Should have been
that.
done before now, but
It's getting done now, though, and I appreciate you all being supportive of
Sort of like
that.
the nursery paper with the pink and
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah. Yeah, we were definitely due for an upgrade from the 90s decor, so, yeah, appreciate that. So I will stop talking for a little bit, but I do want to introduce Christine Untrauer. I, as a veteran, support completely what she is doing, and I'm trying to help
Yes.
any way that I possibly can, but I'll let her talk about her project. If you were watching the news last week, she was on one of the TV stations talking about this project, but proud of what she's doing as a veteran. I think it's awesome. I'm definitely going to help out. I'll be at your event, and whatever actively I can do at the graveyards or whatever you need me to do, I'm at your disposal as far as supporting that.
You heard this,
Yeah.
didn't you?
It's all recorded.
It's
Right.
recorded, so.
So I have just a little paper that talks about what we're doing here, maybe for each of you. And this is what actually went out with the fundraising for this event. So we named this the Veterans Grave Marker Project. So what we're doing is
Thank you.
going to the cemeteries and getting information on the burials. There's a number of, I'm amazed how many veterans lay in unmarked graves. Nothing at all. And it started, I don't know if you saw in the Portager where we had the young man who we found his grave was unmarked from Vietnam. He was there for a month, less than a month, and died. So I was like, we have to fix this. So we were able to get a marker, working with the American Legion. We got the marker in, we had a dedication. And then Frank Hairston and Heather Seplak and I started working on Potter's Field, which is right next to that section. And I found 136 people that are buried at unmarked graves. And then there's 10 people we'll never know who they are because they were unknown. The train passed through here, people died on the train, they dropped them here in the ground. They put them in Potter's Field, where we have no idea where anyone's buried. And there were 4 Civil War veterans in there. And it's like, I told them, Heather and Frank, I've got to break away from this. I need to focus on just the veterans. The more I dug, the worse it got. So right now I have 54 that are in the works between Maple Grove, a cemetery in Manaway, West Lawn, and one in Garrettsville, and the one on Summit Road, off of Summit Road, Grandview.
Grandview.
So we're working on those to get those ordered. So what happens is we find the paperwork to get their DD-214s, to get what we need to be able to get a marker. Once they come in and they arrive at the cemetery, our project is paying to have them installed. Not every cemetery charges, but some do, and I can't tell the cemetery what to or not to charge for, so we're gonna make sure that there's no cost to anyone, and that's what we're raising money to do. So we had an event, I partnered with the Elks when this whole thing started, which was a beautiful thing, And they raised enough at the chili cook-off to mark 42 graves. And we had already had this new one, the one for May, in the works, and we offered seats to the event and it sold out within a month. So 200 seats are gone. So this, we've had so much support. I've had people wanting to start this throughout the United States. I've had people from Michigan contact me. So this is blowing up quickly and I wasn't ready for that, but we'll get there. So I wanted you to understand, so if someone comes to you and says, what is this? You understand what we're doing. I understand the markers are free. It's just the install that costs money. And I had a gentleman from Lorain County that offered free markers. And he'll do the engraving, he'll come down and set the markers for us for the ones that we can't substantiate. We have a woman who died back in the turn of the century, so right around 2001. But her records were destroyed in the fire in St. Louis. So we will never be able to get her a marker because there's no records for her. This man would make a marker for us and put it in for free, and that's what I'm gonna do for her. The families are so appreciative. Of course, the Civil War families will never be able to talk to, but it's just something I feel in my heart that we have to do. And having the support of the county has been wonderful. And everybody, it's been, the outpouring has been wonderful. But I wanted to share it with you.
Let me ask you a question, if I
Yes.
may.
Yes.
The Potter's Field area, do we have, because most of that by Hillside's owned by the county.
Pottersfield, this one is in Maple Grove. Pottersfield and the other cemeteries, I haven't even
Well,
checked into yet.
there's another Potter's Field by Hillside, and I think it's Shillersville. And we own 3/10 of an acre.
Okay.
How do we determine who's in there, because that's what it was utilized for?
If the cemetery has any records, the problem is a lot of those were
They
burned.
don't?
Yeah. The only other thing we may be able to do is in the recorder's office, there is a drawer full of cards. But that usually means that there's a marker with them. Have you
Right.
seen those cards?
I have, yeah.
So the Veterans Administration, I don't even think they have anything. Some of those old records we'll
That's
never
tough.
know. We have War of 1812, Revolutionary War. We had a man who went down in World War I and hunted Pancho Villa on horseback that's buried in Maple Grove.
Nice, wow.
The history is
Wow.
rich, and we just have to take care of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Christine, how much, on average, is it costing to install those markers?
Usually under $100. And then the people who are having the markers put on the back of their permanent stones, we're paying up to $100 for that. It's about $350 to have those done. And I can't justify, if we can keep it at 100, we can mark more. And the people who are having them put on the back know that there's a cost to that. It's alleviating a little bit of that for them. But to put them on the ground, a lot of the cemeteries have switched from the bronze to the granite, because the granite just goes on gravel or a much smaller base, and it costs them a lot less money. So everybody the cemeteries have been so excited about this, because when you walk through the cemetery, you see all the markers. But remember, those 10 and 12 places between them were probably sold. There's probably someone there. This young man from Vietnam, his mother is in the same row as him, and his father's 2 rows over, and they're in unmarked graves. So back then, they didn't get markers. The only time you got a marker is if you were buried in a military cemetery, if you were killed in action. And this is changing, and that's kind of where we're at.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, great work. We appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you. And my contact information is on there if anybody needs anything.
So did you say your event's sold out for
It
May's
did.
ticket?
It's sold
I
out
think if I
so.
got my tickets.
And I had somebody last night say, didn't I get 2 tables? And I said, yeah, but now you needed 2 more. And it's like, there's no seats
We'll
left.
come in the back door. We'll be all right.
We're Elks members, we'll come
We'll be
over,
all
my
right.
husband is, we'll get in there.
Well, and the sad part is, if you don't have a bracelet on, I can't let you in the door.
Oh, they sell
Because-
that by the million.
We'll
We'll
just-
get one.
Thank you so
We'll
much.
find it.
Thank you.
Thanks for what you're doing.
Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Have a good day.
All right, thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kate.
Thank you. Miss Jackie.
Bring it on, Jackie.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning. I don't have any comments on my agenda unless the board has any questions about those.
I didn't have any, did you?
No, I did not.
All right.
All right.
All right, the Board of Commissioners authorizes Commissioner Mike Tinlin, President of the Board, to sign the first quarter cash reimbursement request in the amount of $99,376.72 for the EMPG fiscal year 24 first quarter grant as prepared by the Portage County Emergency Management Agency Office and reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management with no exceptions noted. Copies of this request will be kept on the file at the Emergency Management Agency office.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Okay, in accordance with section 305.30K of the Ohio Revised Code and this board's resolution 21-0396 and this board's resolution 21-0878, the Board of Commissioners acknowledges and approves the county administrator's approval to: I'll make a motion to direct the auditor's office to process the April 3rd, 2025 bills, ACH payments, wires, journal vouchers, and then announce as applicable, contingent upon the verification of the reports as presented by the county auditor and reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to process the April 3rd, 2025 budget amendments as reviewed and recommended by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to transfer from Fund 1001, Certificate of Title Administration Fund, to Fund 0001, General Fund.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to declare the necessity to purchase one vehicle for the use by the Portage County Sheriff's Department.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Jackie, on that, are we purchasing or are we leasing? I know it says purchase, but
It's a purchase. They're using their equitable sharing funds
Yes.
to get a vehicle
For what?
for the drug and violent crime unit.
okay,
It's not coming out of the general fund.
Right.
okay, thank you. Okay, I'll make a motion, did you do roll call? I got it. Okay, I'll make a motion to accept the grant award in the amount of $3,999 from the statewide consortium of county law library resources boards on behalf of the Portage County Law Library Resources Board.
Second.
Roll call.
Sabrina?
Yes.
Jill?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
We got HR.
Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
HR.
No,
No.
no,
Um,
keep going.
I'll go grab HR.
Okay.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. How are you?
Wish it would sunshine and not rain, but I'm okay.
I'm trying to spruce it up with Mike's bright jacket.
Yeah.
Hey, Tammy.
Hey,
How are
Miss
you guys?
Tammy. Sorry, we've been all over the.
I know, I'm like, I
We're-
think I'm next, but I'm not
Yeah,
sure, so.
we're all over the block today.
I was just outside and I'm like, I think I might be next, so,
Yeah.
sorry, I apologize.
You're good.
So how you guys doing?
Good.
Very good, very good. All right, so I'm here today to, kind of talk about how we're gonna celebrate National County Government Month, which is this month, so we're really
April.
excited.
Whole month.
Yes, so we're looking to see if you guys would be interested in doing the Employee Appreciation Day, which is that one day off that people get to choose. That's 8 hours for a full-time employee and 4 hours for a part-time employee. And then at the discretion, of course, at the department head's discretion and things like that.
I think that works out the best, and it doesn't cost us any extra to do it.
Correct, yeah, and so many people really take
And I
advantage of
think
it.
the employees appreciate it, so.
Yeah. I'm good.
Absolutely.
Good.
You're good? Okay,
Yeah.
well then, I can give you that. I didn't know if you needed to think on it or what, but I came prepared.
Okay.
Good for you.
All right, Employee Appreciation Day. Notwithstanding and as an exception of section 23D1 of the Personnel Policy Manual, each Commissioner's Department Director is authorized to grant 8 hours of paid administrative leave to full-time employees and 4 hours of paid administrative leave to part-time employees to be requested and used by the last day pay period of December 2025, which is pay period number 26, that covers the date from November 24th, 2025 through December 7th, 2025, in honor of Employee Appreciation Day of 2025. Employee Appreciation Day may be used as one floating day of paid leave on a date requested by the employee and approved at the discretion of the department director. Employee Appreciation Day, floating day of paid administrative leave offered hereunder is waived if not used and cannot result in overtime. Elected officials are encouraged to join in the celebration of county employees by approving the same floating day of paid administrative leave. Employees must be employed by April 1st, 2025 in order to receive the Employee Appreciation Floating Day.
Second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no, thank you. Appreciate what you do.
Alright.
Okay, 10 o'clock, what else do we have?
I think that's it, other than the proclamation, but that's, we can do
We
that.
did add an exec session. I'm trying to get a hold of Kelly during that.
Okay,
I think we're caught up.
yeah, we're caught up.
You want to do public comment now, or
Yeah.
recess?
Oh, wait. Oh, there she
Ah,
is.
there she is.
How are you?
Good, how are you? Good to see you.
I think you're
All
We're
right.
ready, we're ready for you, Kelly.
Oh, sorry. No, no, no.
You're fine. We're
We're all,
Did we get-
we're
kind of
all
over
over.
the place today.
It was an add-on.
That was an
It was a
added, just
completely
to have
separate
it from-
add-on. It should have been.
Do you have it? I don't have it.
um, Well, we're going into exec session
Oh,
for.
hold on. Yeah.
All yours.
Get it. Okay, in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 121.22G1, the Board of Commissioners moves into executive session to consider the compensation of a public employee.
I second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Okay, I'll make a motion to come out of executive session.
I second?
Roll call.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
and Mike,
Yes.
is there any action?
No.
No action.
Thank you, commissioners.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate you.
you.
That should be what-
All right, we're pretty much concluded, the two public comments. Are you guys okay going early? Instead of waiting till 11? All right, Stephen?
You're
You're
up
up.
first.
Just a quick question. Does the county engineers have public meetings?
Not to my
like you guys
knowledge.
do?
That would be a question for the
Yeah.
engineer's office, not to my
I
knowledge,
didn't know-
but again.
I didn't know if you guys attended or it's
No, not
private
to my
or
knowledge. No.
see what's going on or not.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be a good question.
You need to
call
set up
there.
an appointment with our engineer and go sit and talk to him.
Oh, I tried that before.
Well,
He
just
doesn't-
keep
I had
trying.
to go through the other gentleman through the chain of command.
That's all right.
so.
Yeah.
Either one of them, Mike Collins or Larry are good. Hook up and sit down and talk to them and get your stuff answered. All right?
Thank you, sir.
All right, you're welcome. Are you completed?
I'm completed.
All
All
right,
right.
thank you.
Judge, you're up.
Judge, you're up.
Thank you. I won't take a lot of your time this morning. I did have an opportunity to listen to your comments, and President Tinlin, in your words, I do also believe in transparency and honesty. And so I felt compelled to come down here and indicate that we have been working on this for years. Actually, in your comments to me in November of last year, you voiced your disdain that the number of years that have gone by without finding a solution for the spatial constraints and safety concerns at the domestic court. Those were your comments back in November. And I think in honesty and transparency, I think it is important that the record reflect there was a feasibility study conducted in 2021 to determine how the existing courthouse could be restructured to facilitate safe space for the domestic court. The feasibility study reflected that there could be a solution that at that point in time the BOC declined to follow. And that was a feasibility study commissioned by the BOC. In April of 2022, the BOC authored a letter acknowledging that the domestic relations space was insufficient, not reasonable, and committed that as a priority need of Portage County, the BOC would find appropriate space for the domestic relations court. That was 3 years ago.
I also think, Paula,
So,
not to interrupt.
so you are, if I may
Okay.
finish, please.
'Cause I wanna
I'm sure
comment
you
on
have a
that.
comment.
I do.
I'm sure that you do, and that's fine. I appreciate the efforts that have been made by the BOC to attempt to find space for the DR court. The efforts that I am aware of, and I'm sure there are efforts that I'm not aware of because I wasn't given the information and I can't help that. President Chinlin, you and I have met and you've told me the efforts that you've made to find an existing building. And I believe that you have done that. To indicate that I didn't darken the door of the lobby, I must indicate, I think might not be a completely accurate statement. I was asked to go in one building. One and one only. The NDA?
NDS.
NDS, missing an initial building. It's approximately 1,200 square feet, 3 floors, 4,000 feet per floor, attached to other buildings, which based upon recommendations from the Supreme Court of the State of Ohio wouldn't have been safe to be adjacent to another facility. There was discussion about another location, the old Tops building. I was never asked to really go through that building, so I didn't darken its lobby because I was never asked to go through it, and it's under a 25-year lease, so it wouldn't even be possible.
Yeah, same for me.
Right, so there was no other existing structure that I was ever asked to go through. If there is one, I would happily go through it. I would indicate that I'm just asking for safe space for people who litigate their family matters to have a safe domestic relations court for the citizens of Portage County. I don't particularly care if it's a new structure or an existing structure that needs to be renovated, I don't care. I just want safe space for the domestic relations court, for the litigants of that court. And the last proposal, actually, it was a proposal back in 2021, and again in November, I think November 21st, but don't hold me to that date because I don't have my notes with me
That's
today.
about correct. I wasn't here, but I read.
I think you were here on that.
21?
On that date, well, last year, I'm sorry, November 21st of 2024, I apologize. Back in 2021, before that we started this, but on November 21st of 2024, there was an option or a proposal, I guess, given to the BOC in response to a proposal that was given to me to build on space that had some obstacles at the time. I presented a proposal that the probate court and the domestic court exit the existing courthouse, that we maximize the efficiencies of a new facility, whether that be an already existing building that you all could find or new construction, doesn't matter. But it would be a combined domestic relations probate court. So again, I'm only seeking on behalf of the individuals in Portage County who have family matters that are emotionally charged to have a safe space. Each of you have toured the domestic relations court over the years. And Commissioner Crawford, I know that you recently came through, but I think there has been an acknowledgement by each of you that it is confined and not reasonable space. So I didn't ask for the amount of money that was in that resolution. In fact, I only asked for a $15,000 retainer. The concept of that amount of money in the resolution came from the BOC, not me.
Let me interject. That came from Tony Belamonte, decided to give that extra cash so you didn't have to keep coming back. And that's why that was done.
And that's fine, but in transparency and honesty, I don't want to engage in litigation. I think it's a waste of the taxpayers' money. I think that using the money that has already been spent for consulting and ideas, I think it's better for the public to use the money to solve the problem. Because I'm all about trying to solve the problem. But after 4 or 5 years of trying, I don't know what other solution there is.
I get it, and you're within your right to do that, and I'm just telling you, and I hope you understand that I have, I use the phrase spun my wheels, running around this county trying to find a place.
I know you have.
And I
Have you found one for the court?
I've found a couple that were interesting, but we're still discussing them.
Hey, to be fair and honest, you've not presented those options
That
to
is
me.
correct.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we are not going to waste your time by showing you something that we may not feel it'll work for you. Because I know if it feels to us it's not gonna work for you, it sure as heck is gonna work for you.
So President Tinlin, a few moments ago, about an hour ago, you indicated I didn't even darken the door. Didn't darken the lobby by going in because I said.
At NDS, and I was advised that there was another building that you didn't even go in, and indicated to another commissioner who is not here that it's fine for someone else, won't work for me, and I want a new building.
So.
That was my comment.
So,
And I'm not gonna sit here and
is it a
debate
commissioner who's not here?
That is correct.
Okay, and that's fair enough. So I am here. I was asked to go through one building, and it was NDS. And I know there was another individual who went through, and I'm not gonna comment on what that individual thought. The space that is in that facility is not sufficient square footage according to the consultation that you all commissioned.
Okay.
I never said I want a new building. That is a misstatement. What I, as the Portage County Domestic Relations Court judge, am asking for is safe space.
Okay,
If you have any other questions for me, I've always stood ready to answer them.
all right, well, your comments are complete with your time limit, Commissioner Bennett?
Oh yeah, I wanna refer to the letter that we sent you acknowledging the report, and we said that we would do everything in our power and within our budget to try to accommodate you. And so far, I mean, we just don't have the money to build a brand-new courthouse. And we have been looking for places, and it just feels like every time we suggest something, we just get shot down. And so I think by you coming here today saying that, what is your solutions? I mean, I'd like to defer back to you, because of all people, you know what you need the most.
So
Have you looked at sites?
I am not, so I am a domestic relations court judge with a very active docket. I'm not a real estate agent. I'm so glad, President Tinlin, that you have those resources. I have attempted to look early on, since we've been doing this for so very many years now. I'm not aware of any facilities that are large enough to house 1 or 2 courts that exist. Vice President Bennett, you also are involved in land transaction sales, correct? So you're both in that business in addition to being commissioners.
I'm not, my family is, but
Sorry.
I've been there.
Okay. So I'm trying to do my job the best I can in, what is today, the 10th? In 20 days, I will have 4 judicial hearing officers having to conduct 4 full-time dockets in 3 courtrooms
Well, maybe
that
you
are
need to
greatly
reschedule it
undersized.
differently. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know, I'm not up there.
Well, you got the
You're more
most
than welcome.
magistrates, don't you?
Pardon me?
Paula? Don't you have the most magistrates to assist with your cases compared to other courts within the building?
I'm not saying it's the volume of cases and the number of cases. So we have 2 general division judges, each who have a magistrate, and there are 3 courtrooms between those 4 hearing officers. But I would venture to say that based upon their dockets, and every court is different. The scheduling of cases, the number of cases, the emotions in cases is very different, as you all know. Domestic relations court is the most emotionally volatile case because we're talking about matters of the heart. So space-wise, there's not sufficient space. You all acknowledge that in your
But back
letter.
to my question though,
What do
you
you
have
want?
the most magistrates of any judge at the courthouse, is that correct?
I do.
Okay, that's what I wanted.
And what's your point by saying that, though?
Because you're talking about all these cases, and then I look at caseloads of other,
I should
that's why I'm
indicate
saying.
this. Well, the number of cases existing is not reflective. You have to look at the number of hearings that are required to process a case. And I'm not sure how many magistrates probate court has and how many magistrates juvenile has. I think they may have at least as many as me, if not more. So you might want to ask Judge Smith that. But of relevance to your question, what is my proposal? Simply safe space, whether it is an existing structure. The proposals that have been given to me is NDS. That is the only building
Well,
I
I
have
wanna-
ever been asked. Are you aware of another facility?
We looked at the Kent courthouse, because we have 1 judge and 1 magistrate that's not even there full-time, that floats between the 2 courthouses to see, and it's just a flawed design. We could not, so we have looked at other things that,
And I acknowledge that.
And I
Yeah.
dragged them out 2 weeks ago to look at.
yeah,
that
yeah, you
place,
did.
so.
I am always willing, if you tell me to go look at a building, I have always been and am willing. But if I'm not made aware of a site, I would appreciate if it would not be represented that I refuse to go look at it. That's all I'm asking. I just want to find a solution.
I've never said one word that you ever refused.
Well, President Tinlin, you may have been echoing words of someone who's no longer here, but an hour ago, you said I refused to darken the lobby. Those were your
Nope.
words. You didn't say I was told by someone who's no longer
And-
here.
And your comment, and I'm not gonna sit here and debate it, because I'm not a judge, but when you went to NDS, your comment was, it's nice, it'll work for someone else, but not for me.
It is a nice, very, very nice building, and it won't work for the domestic relations court
Okay.
because it's not large enough.
All right, do you have any
Okay.
questions?
Alright.
My only thought would be, I mean, for,
It's barely, I apologize, it's barely more than the existing space that you've already acknowledged is insufficient, so, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, you're fine. And I'm just new to this, so.
Sure.
3 months in, but anyway, my only thoughts are, you know, and just wanna throw this out here, I mean, you've had success with like virtual meetings with dissolutions.
Mhm.
Could more of the divorce, you know, more of the other cases that you have, I know there's some cases that would not be able to be handled virtually, but have you looked, or, you know, is that an option that more could be done virtually?
So during COVID, we did a lot virtually, and we found that that setup, that platform, if you will, works very well for certain types of cases and perhaps certain types of hearings within certain types of cases. We can make it work for dissolutions 99% of the time. Recently, I've had some folks who have such big technology issues. We've got their case set, they can't get the technology to work, we have to reset them, they have to come in person. That's fine. So for dissolution cases, cases that there's a full agreement in advance, it's in writing, it's already filed, it's going to be something that is a relatively short in duration hearing, the Zoom platform works very well. The remainder of the types of cases and hearings are not conducive to Zoom because typically speaking, they're not short in duration. They involve more complicated matters and where I'm receiving testimony that may be impactful, so you really do need to have the dynamics of the live proceedings. I will share with you that in longer Zoom proceedings, I have had a gentleman put his phone in his back pocket because he was working. I have a young lady who was breastfeeding during her hearing. I've had individuals who are operating heavy equipment during their hearing because they don't appreciate the fact that they're in a courtroom. So sometimes pulling folks in makes the best use of be able to make the most meaningful impact from the hearing.
Well,
Okay.
I'm not coming to your courtroom, so.
Well, I appreciate
I don't
your
wanna
time,
ever-
and I just wanted to bring, full disclosure to some of your comments. I appreciate your assistance. Have a good day.
Thank you. Do you want to do this now or?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
All right, we'd like to read a resolution for Work Zone Awareness Week. Work Zone Awareness, people working out on the road.
Like working in the
Are
kitchen when
you
your wife's
picking up what I'm
around?
setting down? Okay. I'm just checking you out, make sure you got it. Okay, resolution by the County Commissioners, National Work Zone Awareness Week. It is with great reverence that we proudly honor all fallen and work zone workers and recognize the safety of those who are currently working on our roads during National Work Zone Awareness Week. And whereas each year National Work Zone Awareness Week aims to promote the safety of the women and men who work to build our infrastructure and make our roads safer for our daily commutes. And
Whereas construction laborers are often the most vulnerable in the event of work zone intrusion, and they work tirelessly in elements often extreme to improve the infrastructure for the public overall. And whereas
Since 2020, there have been over 22,000 work zone crashes on Ohio roadways in which workers were present in nearly 40% of those intrusions. And resolved that the Portage County Board of Commissioners does hereby officially proclaim April 21st through the 25th, 2025 in Portage County as National Work Zone Awareness Week.
Okay, turn around, repeat.
around.
Okay.
Okay,
Perfect.
thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Anything come before the board at this point in
Yeah.
time?
I just wanna say, there were, Michelle, can you maybe cover some of the, options that we have given to Judge Deletto besides the NDS building?
Sure. So it's my understanding that the first idea was to add on to the existing courthouse over the Sally Port.
Correct.
The second was the Tops building. The third was the NDS building. The fourth was the Annex building. And the fifth was to move probate to infirmary, therefore vacating that space in the current existing courtroom. The sixth was to move both courts to infirmary. And the seventh was the city of Ravenna, if we could wait until the city of Ravenna, moved up the street. Now,
And there were a couple others
now
after
what
that.
Yeah, after.
Judge Gilletto did respond to the options, if you recall. She did come in and she explained why, the options that we presented are not feasible for her. She did do this. Now this was an executive session, so I really hesitate to continue on.
I wouldn't.
If the judge would like to, I think she can then, maybe revisit if she, knows in advance and is prepared.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like I said, I mean, no one knows better than her what she needs. I mean, we're all busy. I mean, to allude that Mike and I are out just joyriding all day, looking at real estate. I mean, our job entails a lot. Just look at my Facebook, where we go and what we do, and we're not always sitting in our offices. But I think it would also be very beneficial if she would assist in helping us try to find a solution.
Do you want me to, or just?
No, I just wanna make that comment because it's very frustrating, cause as you said, we've given her options, but they're not viable options, so it's like, okay, well then help us out. We're just like, oh, why continue to look when we've been shot down so many times? It's like, I think it would be, of good use for her to help in trying to seek out a solution versus shooting down everything we try. I mean, it's not easy trying to find space. And we've also got the money factor now. So that's all I wanna say.
Okay. You good?
I'm good.
All right, we're going to recess until 11 a.m.
Plus your land sales, your real estate sales,
was a photo op day.
Okay, we're gonna come out of recess. What we'd like to do is, we've read the proclamation in session, but I think the most important thing that we all have to remember, I've had friends, one of the workers in Aurora was working out on Eggleston Road and got hit by someone not paying attention, and for goodness sakes, it's so important to pay attention to. So National Work Zone Awareness Week, what we've done is officially proclaimed April 21st through the 25th in Portage County is Work Zone Awareness Week. And we appreciate what y'all do.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
doing what you have to do to keep them safe.
It's probably more dangerous now with all the distractions,
Yes.
the phones,
If,
the
I'll tell you, if y'all wanna line up there,
Yeah, we'll get a
that'll probably
picture.
work. And if somebody wants to hold that proclamation.
Yeah, Kendra?
Yeah,
I'll
go
take a
ahead.
picture.
Picture so you can be in it and I'll send it to you.
That's all right.
No, no, hey,
No,
bro,
come
I'm
on.
not from the local, I thought you guys be there. I'm just.
see, that's wrong, man.
You know what? They're kinda, okay.
We
Right a window.
Is that good?
Hang on, I'm so sorry. Now that your pose is over. Ready? Okay.
Okay, let me get one right here too.
Okay.
I think I got everybody in there.
Oh, mine.
Back it off just a little bit. All right.
Dude, I couldn't suck it in no more.
I agree with you, Ken. I'm holding it tight. I'm holding it tight.
Starting to get a little
Thank you.
light.
Good to see you guys.
Yes.
Anything you need,
Thank you.
please.
Yes.
Thank you for
Thank you.
coming
Please
in
let
and
us
for
know,
all that you
okay?
do.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you, sir.
Oh, you're
Thank
more
you,
than
ma'am.
welcome.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Stay
you.
safe.
Thank you.
Anything y'all need, make sure you get a hold of us, okay?
Yeah.
Definitely will do, thank you.
We take care of business in here.
Hey, that's what we like to hear.
All right. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for your time.
Have a wonderful Thursday.
Thank you.
You too. All right. Is there-
Card, I'm the Portage County field rep.
Oh, okay, sir.
So-
Well, here, take mine.
Okay, there, so if you guys need anything.
All right.
here, Any contractors or anything, we always help you out any way we can.
Okay,
all
great, great. Thank you so much.
right? Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys. All right, you guys have a good day.
You too.
Is there anything else?
There is not, no public comment currently.
We're on camera. Hello.
It's an
All right.
exciting day. It's a beautiful day.
Okay.
Give you guys my card real quick.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
Come on
absolutely.
in.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in again.
Hey, thank you guys again
Thank
for
you
taking.
for what
Oh,
you do.
absolutely.
Guys stay safe.
Absolutely.
Have a wonderful day. and
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anything else to come before the board?
Nope. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I will second.
Roll call, please.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Mike.